Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya if you're new, and today I'm really excited to be showing you guys my completed coloring pages for the month of May 2024. So let's get into it. The first page I'll be showing you is out of this book, the Moomin coloring book, with Tove Janssen's original illustrations. This was a popular children's cartoon in Europe. I grew up in the United States, so I don't know this. We didn't really have this here, but I just thought it was such a cool coloring book and such a cool illustrations, very quirky. So it kind of looks like this, and the artwork is very, very cute and unique. Like I said, quirky. And I finally did my first page in here, which is this one right here. And I decided not to do this side. I could have, but maybe I'll do that at another time. I really liked this design here with the reef and the little images. So this was mostly done with Prismacolor. I do have, like here I did some Inktense, and the background does, on the black, as you can see, I put one of my Calero watercolors that's on the black. And I did use also gel pen and acrylic paint markers, acrylic brush pen markers on the design in the background. But the actual here, this whole design here is actually mostly Prismacolors with a little bit of water-based marker and gel pen. And yeah, I love how it came out. It was very, very fun and colorful. So I think that's one of my favorite pages for the month. The Moomin coloring book. The next book is, there's various translations. I call it the Fantasy Town coloring book, but on Google Translate it comes up different things. Sometimes it comes up Traveling Through the Imaginary Town Store coloring book by Noriko Nishimura and Yuki Nishimura. And I saw this book, as I'm sure all of you have, on Coloring with Kay. It's like one of her favorite books, so she enabled me to, it's really a beautiful book. She totally enabled me to get it. And I do have a flip through of this because when I was looking for it, I couldn't find a flip through, so I did do one when I got it on my channel. And I think I named it Fantasy Town Coloring Book Flip Through. I love that they put this like vellum or onion skin type of paper here in the front. And then you have anyway, let me show you the picture that I did. First of all, I did do a couple of small ones. And I was testing out pencils. And this book is wonderful with Inktense and watercolor pencils. Oh, I didn't finish that one. But this, I didn't finish. Oh, this one I finished. These two I finished. I'm still working on these with Inktense. This I was testing a different pencil, but these are Inktense, and I love how it came out. But the page that I did is this one. Let me go back out. And it's basically like a little town inside one of those, you know, the crystal rocks that they sell that they're cracked open and they're beautiful inside, and I believe that's what it is here. It's like a little town inside one of those beautiful crystal rocks. So I used Inktense here. I did put a little gold Calero watercolor, as you could see there. The background is Prismacolor. Here I have watercolor pencils. And most of this in the little town here is watercolor pencils, water-based markers, and gel pens. So, no bleed through. But yeah, there's, so a lot of gel pen in here and watercolor, the Calero watercolors. I also have the Calero right here. So, yeah, I love how that one came out. I don't know why I picked it. I think I just really wanted to use Inktense on these outer parts. And then I was like, oh, shoot, I need to do this. The little town is so detailed. It took me a while, and it's so small, but it was a lot of fun. And the next page I want to do in here is actually the sakura. There's like a town with sakura. This This coloring book is so, so cool and so beautiful. I'm so happy that I got it. Enabled by Kay for sure. Anyway, so that is the page in there. It's my first page in there. The next book is my first page in here. It is Garden of Fairy Tale Animals by Kanoko Ogusa. This is my first Kanoko Ogusa book. And I did, where is it? It's right here on the back. This double page spread. Let me go out a little bit. Sorry, I had to sneeze. I apologize for my voice. I do have a bit of a cold, but it's all good. So this page is probably one of my more involved pages this month. By the way, none of my pages this month I started this month. All of these pages I started months before, and I just finished them this month. As you guys know, I always start new pages, and I don't finish them within a month. But all of these pages I finished in May. So this, the tree and the bar, like the water and all this, the big elements here are Prismacolor and actually Neocolor 1. I need to do a video about how to use Neocolor 1 in coloring books, and I do want to do that because I think there's some confusion. But I did use Neocolor 1 and Prismacolor. Now the background had like a weird, it wasn't a white background. It had like a pattern, it was gray and had very, very busy pattern, and I didn't like that. So I covered it up with acrylic marker, and then on top I did one of my Calero watercolors. So that is the background. And I think it's interesting and cool. It's a little weird, but I think it's kind of cool, especially since it has this like opening of the sky. So this is like a fantasy world, and then you have the opening and it goes into the sky. I think it's cool. The hardest part here was doing the flowers and figuring out what colors to do. I did use Prismacolor on the horses and like the animals. But what drew me to this page was the tree, obviously. I love that. And the greenery. The house I did with a little bit of water-based marker and Prismacolor on top. Some Calero I did put also on this little castle, like the gold. And yeah, so that's that page. And I like it. I like how it came out. I think this page has not been done very much. I haven't seen it much. A lot of Kanoko Ogusa's pages have, you see them on Instagram, YouTube, all over the place. So I feel like this page, not a lot of people did. So there we go. That is my page in Garden of Fairy Tale Animals, and it was a lot of fun. The next book is Color Yourself to Happiness by Claire Youngs. And you may have seen this in my last coloring update, but I finally finished my mushroom page. This is mostly with water-based marker, pencil, gel pens, and I did use some children's watercolor, which I showed in the video. And if you saw my how I choose colors video, I also featured it there because I talked about how I like to pair neons with earth tone colors. I think it complements it really well. So if you haven't seen my How I Choose Colors video, definitely check it out. But yeah, I love how this came out. I love the color palette that I chose here. A lot of fun. So that is Color Yourself to Happiness. Okay, so the next book is, and I translated it, it is Bears and the Wonderful Town, or The Wonderful Town of Bears by Waka Nakanushi. And this is another book that I had seen on Coloring with Kay a while ago. I think around the time when it came out. And okay, here's the page. I did this, finally finished my first page in here. I have started other pages in here, but this is my first completed page in here, and I love it. So this is a page I think that Coloring with Kay did as well. It's one of the nicer pages in the book. I started this page, you guys, I started this over a year ago, seriously. That's what I tell you guys. I start whips all the time, and eventually I come back to them, even if it's like a year later. But And so this is proof. So this is started, I think, like over a year ago. Anyway, the background is watercolor, and then I made it a little darker with Neocolor 2 up here. The rainbow is with my Prima watercolors, and I did do a little bit of shading on top of that with pencil. And the rest pretty much is watercolor pencils. Other than, you know, like this red and like, these are acrylic brush markers, the red, the maroon, and this. Other than that, it's all watercolor pencils. I use my Supercolor Soft, Caran d'Ache Supercolor Soft aquarels, watercolor pencils. And these are on my desk. They're like my fave. They work so good on these Japanese books. Like this paper is perfect for like ink tints and watercolor pencils. I'm sure the Albert Dürer would work great on these too. But yeah, my Supercolors work so good in this. It's just such a joy. So all that is pretty much, everything else is just the watercolor pencil, the Supercolor Soft. So yeah, I love how this, let me bring you in a little closer, how this page came out. And yeah, they work so great here, and it's so fun to work with them that I started some other pages. Just, I couldn't resist, like, where is it? I started the bubbles. This is all with the Supercolor Softs. I started this. I even started the ink tints right here and some other things. But anyway, that's my first completed page in this book. So yeah, I love how it came out. I think this is like one of my favorite pages of the month. So that is that one. The next book is Daydreams by Hannah Carlson. And this is a buddy color with hosted by Doodle Robot on Instagram. And this is our May page. This page was picked for May. And I use my Japanese neon paints here. Let me see if I can find them. These paints I saw on Christy Rice's channel. She's the lady that makes the beautiful watercolor books. And I was watching some of her videos one day to like see how she paints on her books, and she showed this. And I saw, oh my God, Japanese like neon paints, I need them. And I actually got this a while ago, I think in December, and I forgot to show it in a haul. So I will show it hopefully in a haul soon, but that is what I use here. And I have seen them pop up on a bunch of other people's channels lately. I think you can also get them on Amazon Japan. But anyway, so I did use them here. And then if you saw my How I Choose Colors video, then you'll know that I also added some cream in here, and yellow and cream inside instead of leaving it white. The background is acrylic brush marker with glitter on top. I did do a little bit of shading with pencil, and there is water-based markers in here, Prismacolor pencils, and gel pen. A lot of gel pen and acrylic marker to cover the lines, all the black lines. So I like how the birds came out. That was really fun. So this was a really fun page. I love the colors, and very enjoyable, very easy. This is a great book for beginners, in my opinion. Okay, the next book is Keep Calm in Color, Gardens of Delight. I did do a flip through of this on my channel. I saw this book on Bonnie's channel, Coloring Up North, and I finished my first page in here, which is this one. And I showed this I did this mostly with Artex, my new Artex pencils. I did use a little bit of Calero watercolors. You could see the shiny bits there. And this leaf I did with Brute Ferner, but then I went over it to make it a little darker with the Artex. So, and I love the neon background. So yeah, I really like how that page came out. That was a lot of fun. Gardens of Delight. The next book is Garden Enchantments, and this is part of my entire book whip hashtag, where The entire book is a whip. You just have a bunch of started pages, and you're not worrying necessarily about finishing them right away. Excuse me, where is it? Here we go. I do have another completed page to show you in here. It's this one. A little bit of an underwater scene. And I've been enjoying using my water-based markers in here. So this is mostly water-based marker, gel pen to cover the lines, and acrylic paint pens to cover the lines. A little bit of Calero for the little fish here and the little bubbles. And Prismacolor pencil on top of the water-based marker. So those are the mediums that I use in this book. And I think it came out really, really cute. I like it. And it was a lot of fun. So that's Garden Enchantments. The next one is Adventures in the Garden, a coloring book of beautiful blooms for exploring, creating, and having fun by Patricia Zapata. I have a flip through of this on my channel. It's a really, really cute book. Smooth paper, so perfect for alcohol markers. It's essentially single-sided. And I finished my first page in here, which is this one. I did this with my Ohuhu alcohol markers. And I did do pencil on top, a little bit of Inktense on top. I covered a lot of the black lines with paint markers. I also have the Ohuhu glitter markers in here, actually. And yeah, so gel pens, acrylic markers. That is mainly what I used in here, and pencil on top. So yeah, I like how that one came out. It's really, really cute. Cute book. The next book is Woodland Watercolor, a coloring workbook. And I'm so happy I finally finished my first page in here. I saw this book on Shell's coloring journey. And I thought, oh my gosh, watercolor paper, that's a great opportunity. And I can tell you, I am not used to coloring with watercolor only. So it's a little strange. So I did use my granulating watercolors here, and I did use a bunch of other watercolors in here. I did use also some of my Inktense paint pans studio set. So I'm still experimenting and learning, like, how do I want to color these pages? And I think that what I'm going to do is basically color it with watercolor and then go on top with a little bit of watercolor pencil or Inktense or something like that, just to add like finishing touches. I think it does need that. It's not enough. Coloring with watercolor alone, for me, it's not enough. I do want to go in with just a little bit of watercolor pencils on top. I think that's how I'm going to color in here, but I'll keep you posted. I don't know. Yeah, I'm still like experimenting, but yeah, this is my first page, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. So with the moths and everything like that. So the moths are actually watercolor pencils. Everything else is just watercolor. So that was fun in there. The next book is Beauty and the Beast, Color the Classics by Waves of Color. And I haven't had a chance to show this in a haul, but I did get these from the used bookstore, I believe. And I got the other ones too, two other ones. Anne of Green Gables and Alice in Wonderland. And unfortunately, I'm sad to say that I hope the paper is not the same in all of them, because the paper in here is horrible. It is really bad paper, and that's a shame. But this is my first page in here. I did the bricks here. I used my Artex pencils for the bricks. I did end up a little bit of Prismacolor as well. And my paint, my Inktense Studio paint pan set for the greenery. And my intention was to kind of do this first layer and then go in and darken it up. Add more darkness, especially like around, here. But the paper is just so bad that I kind of gave up. I was like, I'm just going to leave it like this. I don't like the paper at all. It bleeds. It's not good for a water-based marker. It's not good for water-soluble media. I didn't like how the Prismacolors worked on here. I don't know what is going to work on here, so we'll see. I might have to, I'll experiment, but so far, I don't like the paper, and that's a shame. But, and usually that doesn't happen to me. Usually I can find a way around stuff, but we'll see. I'll have to try more pages and see how it goes. But that's okay. I still I still like how it kind of came out, and it was still, you know, fun. It's still coloring, so it was still fun. But that is my page in Beauty and the Beast. My last page is in this little book, and I think I have a flip through of this on my channel already. If not, it will come out soon, but it's from Daiso. It's a children's coloring book, but the paper is phenomenal, you guys. Absolutely phenomenal. It's thin. It's not a big, you know, coloring book. But I did do this first page in here, and I used Inktense and watercolor pencils, and it was a lot of fun. I did use a little bit of like gel pen and stuff like that. So the little boy with soccer and the little, it's really, really cute. So that is my first page in there. And that is all my completed pages for the month of May. I hope you enjoyed the video. I apologize for my stuffy nose and my voice. I hope you have a wonderful month of coloring, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.